a Tapology ranked fighter. All right, cool beans. He beat him. He proved himself. Now he gets another top 10 fight, and he can work his way up from there. You know what I mean? And Garbrandt can, it would be a wake up call, honestly. Or Garbrandt can go in as the number fucking 5 fighter. He could beat the shit out of a double digit ranked fighter, and then go ahead and fight again. Like, if he's that good, why not defend? If you're that high up. And honestly, it would be a high profile fight, like, because people are watching O'Malley. O'Malley's a fan favorite, so like him going against Garbrandt it would drive some numbers too. Like putting it as on the main card, like that's like maybe a 2 title fight, so it's the co-main of a 2 title fight night, if that makes sense. Or putting them, as the a third or second tier bout. I don't know. I like the matchup. I think that would be fun to watch, and I get where you're coming from. But damn, I mean, give it to him. What? So what if you give half these other dudes shots all the time? Like, you're giving guys coming out of Bellator one shot and a win, and then give them a championship, but you can't give O'Malley a top 10 fighter.
I think they're trying to protect him because they know that he's an asset. He brings in money, and as soon as he starts losing, he'll stop bringing in money. Even though I think he beats Cody Garbrandt, and I think that'd be a great main event for a UFC Vegas fight card, maybe in November, December.
That's what I'm saying.
It'd be a great main event. It'd be his first main event against a top 5 fighter. I would watch it.
And Garbrandt's coming off that loss, so that's okay.
I'm just thinking, like, I hate these rankings so much because if you have them, you have to use them, right?
Yeah, you do.
I hate them because if you have them, you need to use them. I just don't think we should have them. Like, I would love to put that fight together and no rankings hold it back or people complain about it because of rankings.
Yo, how the fuck is Cody Garbrandt the 5th on their rankings, and since 2017 he's fucking 4-1. I mean 1-4.
Yeah. Well, Jimmy Rivera's 2-4 in his last 6, and he's ranked 12th on their rankings.
This is a fucking joke, man.
I agree. So, by the way, we both picked O'Malley. I don't know why I didn't need to go over that. So we both got that one right. Who would have thought?
He said it went downhill.
Yeah, we're getting there. So Irene Aldana and Yana Kunitskaya.
Yeah, this fight.
I was kind of shocked by that one.
Yeah, this one was not. This one was not what we expected.
No, we both picked Yana.
Yeah.
So you're about to see the unraveling specifically for me. That was a good performance by Aldana. She seems to hit a lot harder than I remember. So good for her. There's not too much to talk about other than that was straight domination.
I mean,
so.
And I'm glad. Honestly, I love when there's knockouts and TKOs in the women's divisions, because they like it's fun to watch. Like, I know that sounds crazy, but like they knock when they hit each other, they hit the shit out of each other. Like,
you're right. They're so few and far between that it makes them that much more exciting when it does happen.
Yeah, I mean, damn is all I gotta say.
Hey, did you enjoy seeing Greg Hardy point to the middle of the octagon saying, "Let's take the center stage," and then getting knocked out?
Yeah, and I liked Taya doing the shoey out of all the shoes.
Dude, it was absolutely insane that his promo picture, when they do like the tail of the tape, he was holding a shoe.
Yeah.
Oh man, I got that pick wrong. You got it right. That being said, right before that one, it was, for as long as it lasted, it was back and forth because he hurt Tuivasa, and then Tuivasa countered, knocked out Greg Hardy. I mean,
Yeah,
It could have went either way.
It was actually a really good, and that was the perfect display of what a heavyweight fight in the UFC should be. Like, there's, unless you get into the lengthy guys, like, there's not a lot of ground, and that was just fun to watch, in my opinion. That was real fun to watch.
I agree. It was a minute of action, and it was the perfect minute that we needed. So, hats off to Greg Hardy for being willing to step in there with these people and point to the center of the octagon and say, hey, we're going to stand here and we're going to do this. And they did. And he got knocked out, but I'm sure he'll come back. I know he doesn't care.
Yeah, speaking of that, so who do you think that Taya, who do you think he gets next? Because that's, what a weird heavyweight division. It's kind of weird right now.
Yes, it is. Where's he at in the rankings? He's not even in the rankings. Okay.
So he's 15 on Topology.
How about Walt Harris?
I like Walt Harris, but Walt Harris is, give a guy somebody who's lost 3 times in a row to, what a hell of a stretch.
Look at his most recent fights for Walt Harris, and it's like a murder's row of people.
He beat a couple of them murderers, but damn.
Yeah, that 13-10 record doesn't tell the full story. So here's the thing about that is I'm okay with him having 3 straight losses. Look at who they're to. But I also want... Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, I want to see Walt Harris and Tai Tuivasa in a fight because they're going to do exactly what him and Greg Hardy just did. They're going to stand in the middle of the cage and they're going to punch each other and someone's going to get knocked out in the first round. These are 2 guys that are never going to win a belt. I hate to say that, so I want to put them in those kind of fights and see what happens.
Yeah, I'm with you.
My God. Poor Walt Harris out of Homewood, Alabama. His last couple losses. Marcin Tabora, Alexander Volkov, Alistair Overeem. I don't know about the Mark Godbeer was a illegal strike DQ, but before that, Fabricio Verdum, former champion. This poor guy.
Yeah, it's pretty insane.
This looks unfair. I don't know. I think Walt Harris would be a fun fight. For Greg Hardy, I don't really know. I'd like to see him get a step down in competition. I know that he probably wouldn't agree with that, but I don't think he's ready for the top tier.
No, hell no.
Are we surprised he hasn't got submitted yet?
No, because it's heavyweight.
Okay, that's fair. I'm trying to get to the heavyweight rankings on Tapology. I'm just going all the way around the world.
So he could do,
What about Arlovsky? Andrei Arlovsky.
Jeez, no, that's way too good of a fight,
Okay. Ben Rothwell?
I would like that. That would be a good one.
Or Tanner Boser?
Oh, Tanner Boser would be good. Arlovsky also has a fight coming up. Pretty sure, yeah, in October.
Arlovsky fights more than any heavyweight ever.
You can get him Oleinik.
Oh, Oleinik. He's coming off of 3 straight losses. That's... Oh, man, I think he would actually tap Greg Hardy.
Oleinik wouldn't be a bad one. Let's get that set up. Oleinik and Hardy.
I'm good with that.
Let's put him and Gambit and O'Malley on a card.
Yeah, I'd watch that.
With I got okay, cool.
Okay, so Gilbert Burns and Stephen Thompson. Just to throw this out there, we both picked Thompson. So just in case you're curious, I've got the last 3 wrong. So I owe you a drink.
Yes. Let's go.
I know a lot of people were going to hate that fight, saying it was boring. I didn't think it was that boring. I think Gilbert Burns did exactly what he needed to do to win.
Yeah, he did. I'll stand up for the people saying it was boring. It had some boring aspects to it. But not because like I get like I didn't think it was boring, but I can understand where there would be people that thought that it was boring. That's sometimes that's what happens at that 170. Is it it's a sometimes those fights are pretty surgical type fights.
It happens a lot to Stephen Thompson because
Yeah.
people know to beat him, you need to lay on him a little bit against the fence because you can't strike with him. We all saw what was happening when Gilbert was striking with him. He got knocked down a couple of times. He got hit with a couple of spinning back kicks, and even if not spinning wheel kicks, and even if those are blocked a little bit, they hook around and still make contact with some portion of your head to a degree.
Yep. Exactly.
So I think people that don't understand the clinch game and the grapple game wouldn't have understood what was going on in those situations. But everything that went into him, getting him to the ground, I understood why it had to be that way. And I thought Gilbert Burns had a great game plan to win. If he wouldn't have done that, Stephen Thompson would have knocked him out.
Exactly. But he didn't, and he got the win.
Yeah. Next, for Gilbert Burns, I would love to see a... what about a Jorge Masvidal fight?
That wouldn't be bad. Let's see who.
And Stephen Thompson gets Bilal.
You could give Leon and Burns wouldn't be a bad.
It wouldn't. I just don't know who fights Gilbert. I'm sorry, Kamaru for the belt.
Well, they're probably going to give it to Colby first.
God.
I know. But you got to think of it like that. Think they give Colby to Usman, so that leaves Burns and Leon. All right, and honestly, the winner of that really gets the. They probably get the next or another shot at Kamara if he beats Colby. I mean,
they haven't scheduled the Kamaru, Usman, and Colby fight, so why not make Gilbert? I don't know if Gilbert wants to get that big of a turnaround, but Gilbert versus Edwards co-main event of that.
I mean, it wouldn't be bad. The problem is you can't give. You can't give Usman. I don't know. You could give Burns back to Usman. They can get a second fight. I don't know if everybody,
I don't know. Based off the way he lost that, I think he needs 2 fights before he gets back there. And that's kind of why I want Leon Edwards to get the title fight over Colby Covington. Colby Covington, since his loss to Usman, has a win over Tyron Woodley, who lost his last 4 and now is boxing a YouTuber. So I just don't think he's deserved it. Or earned it, I'm sorry.
No, I'm with you. I don't disagree. I would like Leon. So, heck, I'll tell you what you do. Do Burns and Covington. And give Leon to Usman.
See, that makes the most sense to me because then Gilbert and Colby, one of them would have a 2-fight win streak since losing to the champion would actually earn another shot, whereas Leon Edwards is on like a 9-fight win streak.
Right, and him and Usman haven't fought, have they?
They did, but it was like in 2014 or 15. It was a long time ago. It was like Usman's like 2nd or 3rd fight in the UFC.
Okay. So, yeah.
So they're 2 totally different fighters now.
Gotcha. Huh. All right. Well,
what do you think of Thompson versus Bilal? It's the only one that, ranking-wise, makes sense. Who they haven't fought, and everyone else has a fight booked, except for Masvidal. But last time Thompson fought Masvidal, he really messed him up. So
I don't think it would be a bad fight. I think it would be a good one.
Yeah, I think that would be a fair fight. It gives Bilal a jump up in the rankings, to give him a test. Where Stephen Thompson's coming off of a loss, maybe a step down the rankings is a good idea.
I'm with you on that, honestly. Honestly, I am.
All right, the main event. So just so you know, I got the main event wrong, and you got the main event right. So I'm 2-5, and you're